Here is the most difficult intersection here in Mirrabooka. A lot of people can't make a correct judgment when the red arrow drops. So the white car should proceed in the middle. So further you get in the middle, the easier your decision will be. The square in the middle would be the point where you can drive up to without crossing into the opposite side direction. Not the turning lane direction, but the opposite side direction. At the moment, we've got a green light here, but soon it's going to drop. The silver car now should go in the middle. So they opted to wait. So, okay, so further they get in the middle, the easier the decision will be. See, this car's going to wait for the white van, which is a correct decision. And now, see, here was far enough to make a lot easier decision because it's still green without an arrow. So the white car's going through because there's no traffic. Now it's changing again. So further you go in the middle without crossing into the opposite side, you know, the opposite direction lanes, the easier your decision will be. When it goes amber, so this is where most people get petrified if they're not experienced, such as, you know, obviously learners who are going for the driving test. So when it goes amber, your primary focus should be on the cars coming from the opposite direction, and you've got to make sure that you can judge properly if they are slowing down or proceeding, okay? And now in this position, if you're still in the middle, you would wait to see if the cars from opposite direction are proceeding or slowing down. So it's really an easy judgment to understand if someone's picking up speed or slowing down to stop. So more times you do it, the easier it's going to become for sure. We're going to wait for another wave of the green light here. Okay, so as you can see, now it's gone green. Okay, so the white taxi, after it goes red, will have priority over everyone else. So this is obviously the easiest way to do it. Okay, the car on my left will be going forward. They should be going forward. After the Audi goes through, they can certainly proceed. See, the ute with the trailer is proceeding through the yellow light because there was no one else there coming from the opposite direction. So watching this video will be helpful, but it's definitely not going to be a substitute for you to know how to do it without practicing. So we'll see one more situation. Okay, so now it's gone red. We've got a bike and a couple of cars. Now the car on my left should have gone in the middle, but this time they decided to wait. So obviously that's not something that we encourage. We should really go in the middle once this happens. But anyways, the best way is to try and do this as many times as you possibly can with your supervisor and ensure that you can do it 10 out of 10 times properly. Don't risk attempting to make your turn until you are 100% sure that the vehicles from the opposite direction, if you've got an amber light, that the vehicles from the opposite direction are slowing down. Like I said earlier, it's very easy to judge, but you've got to make a little bit of extra effort, you know, when you practice with your supervisors to go through it and obviously to go through different situations and different types of intersection. This happens to be one of the most difficult intersections in Perth, which is corner of Yerrigan Drive and Mirrabooka Avenue, which is near the licensing centre here in Mirrabooka. Come down here, particularly if you're doing your test in Mirrabooka, practice as much as you possibly can. Once again, if you're struggling making decision when you should proceed, when you've got an amber light and you are the first car lined up in the middle of the intersection, your primary focus should be the opposite direction. You can easily judge whether the cars are still proceeding or slowing down to stop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.